Request Express.
Yehey! Ay, masyadong formal naman today this afternoon. Come on, 4 minutes down the hour of 1, mga kaibigan. In that time check brought to you by PLDT Civictel iGate, a dedicated premium internet access service that provides businesses with high speed, diverse, reliable, and managed connectivity to the global internet. Contact PLDT Civictel Sales Group at 252-2375 or email sales@civictel.ph. Good afternoon! Of course, ako nga po ang Princess of Frog ng 89.5 My Civic Bay Radio, ang prinsesa ng Bay Request Express. Ay nako ha, pero bago magpatuloy ang Bay Request Express, of course, baka kasama natin ngayong hapon, of course, si DJ Ron and DJ Tommy G.
Yes.
Hello, DJ Ron.
Hello.
Kamusta sa?
Ito, okay lang. Wala si Mama.
Si Mama kasi nagpapahinga pa, nainitan kasi.
Ganon.
Nagpapapaypay
so,
pa sa labas.
ako na muna ang Reyna, gano'n.
Oo, ikaw muna ang Reyna.
Anyway, kasi, gusto kong malaman ng mga listeners ninyo kasi we have a very special guest today.
Yes, balita ko nga, madam.
Yes, and kumbaga parang ano muna natin, parang mamayang mga after ng interview, saka na dumating si gano'n.
Oo, actually nagpe-prepare na si DJ MJ. Nagme-make up na siya para sa aming program later after na very special interview.
Yes, but anyway, we have a very special guest. We have the spokesperson for the Department of Foreign Affairs, si ASEC Charles C. Jose. Kasi we're going to talk about, kasi nandito siya, some sort of like information campaign on what's happening in the West Philippine Sea.
Actually, narinig namin yan kanina na magkakaroon ng like talks about West Philippine Sea. Tapos we were invited to, to do the interview. Medyo natakot ako ng konti.
Bakit naman?
Kasi baka mapadala ako doon.
Okay.
So, baka hindi na ako makabalik. So, ibibigay ko lang kay DJ Tommy G at kay DJ Ron.
Oo nga Okay, so yung mga listeners ninyo makinig kayong mabuti para may matutunan kayo tungkol sa kung anong nangyayari sa West. Kasi ang lapit-lapit sa atin ito.
Correct. Natanaw ko nga siya minsan.
Oo.
Natanaw ko siya. Nag-hello lang ako.
Nag-hello ka lang. Oo.
Kaya sa mga listeners ng Bay Request Express, dyan lang kayo, magbabalik po at talagang papasok at talagang pasok na pasok kaming dalawa ni DJ MJ ngayong hapon. Pagbigyan po muna natin si DJ Tommy G and DJ Ron para sa napakahalagang usapan ngayong hapon.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much, Jeps. And okay, so Tommy G, siguro let's start with our interview. Okay.
Bay Request Express.
Bay Request Express ngayon. Naku, merong very special guest, ang mga palaka.
Alright.
Okay, so sir, ito nga introduce natin ng maganda si sir. Si ASEC Charles C. Jose is the spokesperson of the Department of Foreign Affairs, and he is right here now in an information campaign para malaman ng buong Zambales and I think the entire Philippines. Parang yata may tour kayo, sir. Yun, para malaman ng mga tao kung anong nangyayari ngayon sa West Philippine Sea. Sir, good afternoon, sir. Sir, bati muna kayo sa ating mga listeners.
Magandang hapon po sa lahat ng mga tiga-pakinig.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. Sir, okay naman kayo. Sir, alam ko galing po kayo sa isang parang forum or talks. So, sir, before we start, before you explain to us kung ano ang nangyayari ngayon sa West Philippine Sea, can you tell us bakit nandito po kayo ngayon sa Subic Bay Freeport?
Opo, kami po sa DFA, nag-embark po kami sa isang information campaign para po ipaliwanag itong issue po ng West Philippine Sea. And we intend to go nationwide. Puntahan po lahat ng from north to south ng ating pong bansa. And inuna po namin ng Zambales kasi po ay mga tao po rito, especially po sa town ng Bao de Masinloc, ay directly affected nito pong issue sa West Philippine Sea.
Okay, sir. So, sir, tell us more about what is happening right now sa dalawa yan dito na malapit dito sa Zambales, yung Bao de Masinloc and the Ayungin Shoal. Yes, so tell our listeners kung ano po ang nangyayari ngayon po doon.
Well, gusto pong umpisa by una ko pong gusto sabihin na ito pong issue ng West Philippine Sea is a Series 1 that
Yes.
concerns every citizen of the country
Yes.
dahil po sa kanyang implications on the country's security and economy. Makaka-apekto po ito not only sa present generation ng mga Filipinos but future generations as well. So ang core issue po dito sa West Philippine Sea ay yung claim ng China, no, ng so-called indisputable sovereignty over almost the entire
Yes.
South China Sea. Kiniklaim nila yung inaangkin nila yung buong South China Sea. And malaking problema po ito dahil sa ating pong paningin, ang claim ng China is excessive, it's expansive,
Yes.
and in gross violation of international law, particularly itong 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. So, kung pababayaan po natin to, if we will not challenge it, we will lose about 80% of our exclusive economic zone, and that means para pong ninakaw ang kayamanan po ng ating bansa, at diniprive po ng livelihood ang ating pong mamamayan, lalo na po yung mga fisher folk dito po sa, for example po, dito nga po sa Zambales, sa Baho de Masinloc Town. So, so yun po ang first core issue. And another problem, yung aggressive behavior ng China that they have been exhibiting, they have been demonstrating, especially recently. They've been doing actions to assert their claim, no?
Yes, sir. Parang nagkaroon yata, nag-build sila ng mga structures na in some of the islands, sir.
Opo, no? Isa yan sa mga aggressive actions na ginagawa ng China that are detrimental to our interests and disadvantageous to us. Bukod nga po doon sa reclamation work na ginagawa nila in some of the reefs. Una-una po dyan yung pag-occupy nila nung Scarborough Shoal
Yes.
noong April 2012. And they're driving away our fishermen using water cannons. And doon din po sa Ayungin Shoal, they tried to block yung mga vessels natin going there to resupply provisions and rotate personnel doon po sa naka-stasyon nating mga personnel sa Sierra Madre na nasa Ayungin Shoal. And aside from that, overwhelming na po ang presence ng mga Chinese, no? Mga fishing vessels sila and Coast Guard vessels dito po all over South China Sea. So ito po mga actions ay nakakapag-raise po ng tension. So gusto po nating i-manage and to de-escalate yung tension kasi nga po hindi maganda para sa ating pong region. Another example ng aggressive behavior ng China ay yung paglagay nila ng oil rig dun
Yes,
sa
also
karagatan na
Vietnam.
kiniklaim ng Vietnam. And alam po natin, there was even a time na nagkaroon po ng physical confrontation sa pagitan po ng Vietnam and China. So, tayo po naman, ang pamahalaan natin, we are guided by the following principles in trying to deal with this issue. Una-una po, peaceful settlement of disputes, no? Without resorting to force or threat of force. Isang guiding principle po natin yan. Mapayapa nating susubukang i-resolve itong issue na to. And then second guiding principle, ito pong gusto natin ay mamayani o magkaroon ng primacy of rule of law. Gusto natin na ayon lahat po sa batas, no? Hindi po dadaanin sa, hindi po yung might is right. Hindi po okay, malaki ka, malakas ang ekonomiya mo, marami kang sundalo, ay masusunod yung gusto mo. Dapat po ay ang iiral dito ay yung international law, yung batas. So, based on these two guiding principles, meron pong concrete actions na ginagawa ang ating pamahalaan para masubukan pong i-resolve itong issue. Recently, nung katatapos pong ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting sa Myanmar, ay nagpresent po ng proposal ang ating pong pamahalaan. Ito po tinatawag natin triple action point na kung saan po binubuo ng tatlong components. Una-una po yung immediate approach, yung intermediate approach, at yung final approach. Dito po sa ilalim ng immediate approach, dahil nga po sa mga ilang activities na ginagawa ng China, pinopropose po natin na magkaroon ng cessation o yung ihinto lahat ng mga actions that tend to escalate tensions. Ito po ay isang pursuant na rin doon sa pinirmahang agreement, no, sa pagitan ng China and ASEAN, yung pong 2002 ASEAN-China Declaration, the Conduct of Parties in the South China Sea, paragraph 5, na kung saan both sides agreed na mag-exercise ng self-restraint, try to resolve disputes peacefully, and not to occupy previously uninhabited features in the South China Sea. So yan po ang immediate approach. Ang intermediate approach naman po, we are calling for the full and effective implementation nitong Declaration of Conduct of Parties in the South China Sea. Kasi ngayon po, although na pirmahan na po yan sa pagitan ng ASEAN and China, ay hindi naman po siya binding, no? And ang China po in many instances ay binabaliwala po itong DOC. So gusto natin ma-implement na yan fully and completely. Well, at the same time, meron pong ongoing na negotiations ngayon para sa isang legally binding na agreement, ito pong Code of Conduct. So while we are negotiating itong legally binding na Code of Conduct, we want a full and effective implementation of the DOC. Ngayon po, doon sa final approach, gusto po natin na magkaroon ng isang conclusive and definitive resolution itong dispute po. So, ang Philippines po, we decided to file an arbitration case laban po sa China na hinain po natin dito sa Arbitral Tribunal ng United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea. Ginawa po natin ito noong January 2013 and so nabuo na po, no, yung 5-man panel and ang binigyan po tayo ng korte nung March 30 para mag-submit po ng ating written arguments na nagawa na po natin. So nung March 30 po, nag-submit na ang Philippines ng ating pong memorial o yung written arguments. Nakapag-submit po tayo tingin po namin ay very convincing arguments, no? 4,000 pages, kasama po ng mga maps and charts kung bakit natin sinasabi na hindi po valid yung claim ng China at kung bakit dapat po coastal states sang-ayon po sa provisions ng UNCLOS ay entitled lamang sa 12 nautical miles na territorial waters, territorial sea, and 200 nautical miles na exclusive economic zone, and 200 nautical miles na continental shelf. Ito po ay lahat measured from the baselines. And kung titingnan po natin yung claim ng China as represented by their 9-dash line, no?
10 na nga, sir.
So, wala pong paraan na umabot po yung claim ng China sa almost, sa Palawan na po, no? Kung susundin lang po natin yung provisions ng UNCLOS.
Yes.
So, ang China, sinasabi nila, historically, sa kanila po yung South China Sea, kaya sa kanila po yun, sinasabi nila. So, hindi nila na-explain anong basis nun. At saka yung 9-dash line nila, wala naman silang binibigyan na geographical coordinates. Kaya, china-challenge po natin yun. Kaya tayo nagsampa ng kaso sa Arbitral Tribunal.
Yes. Oo, sir, we're gonna open our lines kasi baka yung ating mga listeners ay may tanong tungkol dito sa issue sa West Philippine Sea. So, if you want to ask questions to ASEC Jose, again, he is the spokesperson for the Department of Foreign Affairs at nandito siya para po i-explain po sa buong sambayanan, lalo na dito sa Zambales kasi napakalapit natin sa sa dalawang disputed islands. Kung ano ang mga aksyon ng Philippine government dito sa claim na mga islands ng China na atin naman talaga.
Actually, the claim of China is crazy is an understatement. It's beyond crazy, that claim.
You know, ASEC, sometimes we talk about this this issue sa programs namin, especially sa Morning Brew, no? Medyo nakakainit ng ulo pero we have to be reasonable about this.
It makes a lot of people's blood boil, you know.
Yes, lalo na po dito sa sa mga kababayan natin dito sa Zambales. Lalo na kasi nandito ang kanilang kabuhayan is pangingisda.
Yeah, exactly.
So alam mo 'yun, naapektuhan ang kanilang kabuhayan.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yung
So if
claim
you
din
want,
nila na ancestral domain, it's mababaw, no? Dahil daw nung unang panahon pa yung mga ninuno
Meron
nila
nga silang
nagfi-fish na raw dyan,
ancient
ganito ganun. What if I tell them my ancestors went fishing in Alaska? Do we own Alaska?
Anyway,
It's crazy.
Anyway, our numbers, ang landline po namin is 2528905, and if you want to text your questions, you can text it to your number, okay?
Yes,
Yes, ang number ni Tom is
0909-263-0840. And for Globe users, 0917-648-2772. You guys can start texting now your answers.
Yes,
or call us up. Yeah.
Yes, kung may mga questions kayo na gusto nyong ipasagot direkta kay Assistant Secretary Jose, spokesperson of the Department of Foreign Affairs.
Alright.
May question ako kay ASEC.
Ako rin, pero ladies first.
Okay, sige. So we have filed all these cases against China sa UN Tribunal. Meron na bang response ang China tungkol sa itong mga kasong inihain natin against them?
They're ignoring it.
Yeah,
Well, yung
they
first time
are.
po nag-file tayo, ni-notify po natin ng China. Sinabi natin, we'll be filing a case against you. And sinabi na rin nila, they will not participate in the arbitration process.
Yeah.
And they will not respect or comply with the decision, whatever decision the court will hand down. Pero after we submitted the memorial, well, of course, the court is fair. So they also gave China the chance to reply. So they gave China until December 15 this year to file their counter memorial o yung counter argument sila. Pero nag-reply din ng China doon sa court. Sabi na, no, we will not participate. We will not file our counter argument. So, but in our case, with or without China's participation, ay patuloy po magpo-proceed yung arbitration case. So, since na isang partido lang ang nagbigay ng arguments, hopefully mas mapapabilis po yung proseso. So, we are hoping maybe by early next year or middle of next year ay makapagbigay na po ng desisyon ito pong arbitral tribunal.
Yes, kasi parang it's kind of scary na rin kasi dahil kasi hindi sila nagpa-participate dito sa sa case na ito. They don't wanna, respond. They don't wanna participate sa sa talagang legal process. Pero they're doing it parang physically andun na sila eh. So what are we going to do about this? Although you gave us this 3-step process. Ang hirap kasi dahil sa even if like ganun ang may mga proseso tayo, do we have other ways? Kasi kagaya niyan, very mighty sila in terms of sa military, yung nila, yung kanilang, what do you call that? Yung
The
kanilang
naval forces
yes,
and the military might.
Paano natin kumbaga parang paano tayo makakasabay? Paano natin sila mapipigilan na totally na makuha nila itong mga islands natin?
Opo, tayo naman ay following yung principle nga ng peaceful settlement.
Yes.
So we're adopting the diplomatic track.
So diplomatic.
So dinadala natin itong issue na to sa mga international na mga usapan like sa ASEAN,
Yes.
sa Asia-Europe meeting, maybe sa United Nations, dadalhin po natin ito. Kailangan po natin ng pressure ng international community. Because even now, kung isa-survey ninyo yung mga opinion, halos lahat po ng bansa have expressed their support
Yes.
for the approach that the Philippines has taken, itong peaceful settlement po,
Yes.
and rule of law. Yung iba nga po are even more specific. They support the arbitration case that we filed.
Yes.
So, ito po ay malaking pressure po sa China. Maraming bansa hinihikayat ang China na makipag-participate na rin dito sa arbitration. Malaking pong maitutulong ito in terms of clarifying yung claims tsaka clarifying yung maritime entitlements. Alam niyo in China, it's a rising power.
Yeah.
Gusto niya ng recognition, ng respect, ng prestige. So kung ang China gusto niya makita ang sarili niya bilang isang responsible member ng international community, it would be to her interest din to operate within the acceptable norms.
Yes.
Ngayon, kung meron ng decision ang arbitral tribunal, ito na ang magiging norm. Ito na ang magiging
Yes.
international. So it would be to China's interest to operate within it, kesa dun sa labas.
Yes, of course.
So yun ang inaasahan natin, na magkaroon ng support from the international community and weigh in dito sa issue na to and maybe put more pressure on China.
Yes. May question tayo
Yeah.
coming from our listeners. Okay, Tom,
Opo.
anong question
I think
niya?
some part of this question nasagot na ni Asek,
Yes,
pero
oo.
nonetheless ano ko na rin yung part na hindi
Hindi niya-
kung sakali pong hindi talaga, let's say given hindi maayos sa diplomatikong paraan, sabi handa daw ba tayo sa marahas na paraan? Meron daw bang ginagawa ang paghahanda ang Pilipinas with regards to that? Yun sa sinabi niyang huli.
Well, even
Opo.
putting aside itong territorial dispute with China, no, I think it's about time na rin na dapat mag-modernize na ang ating armed forces,
Yes.
which we are doing right now. No? We are doing it on our own, yung modernization ng AFP. At the same time, we are working with our allies and friends and partners in the region like the US, Japan, Korea, Australia, Singapore, for example. They're helping us to enhance and improve our defense capabilities, yung maritime awareness natin. So, alam natin lahat para sa Navy, nakapag-acquire tayo ng dalawang
Yes, yung-
Coast Guard cutters na ginawa natin ngayong warship natin, no?
Actually, dito sila naka home port eh.
Tama,
Yung
si-
BRP Alcaraz and BRP Gregorio del Pilar.
Yes.
Yeah, oo.
And para sa Coast Guard natin, bibigyan tayo ng Japan ng I think 10 vessels
Yes,
para
oo.
to improve yung Coast Guard capabilities natin. And Korea is also giving us I think one frigate
Yes.
para sa Navy. And of course, yung Army natin just recently nag-acquire ng mga bagong mga rifles. So, continuing process to, little by little, we'll be improving our defense capabilities. Kailangan naman yung konting deterrence, no?
Yes.
Hindi ka man pwede makapagsabayan, at least magdadalawang isip ang China, no? Kung meron tayong some of deterrence, kahit pa paano, siguro mabibigyan sila ng
Oo.
bloody nose.
Bloody nose talaga, no? Tungkol naman sa sa ating mga mamamayan dito sa Zambales kasi nga napakalapit natin. What is the government doing to ensure the safety of its citizens here? Kasi like for instance, kagaya niyan, parang alam mo yon, medyo nakakatakot na scenario yung parang naiisip natin in the future, granting that China is not responding, 'di ba? At medyo physically na pumupunta sila rito without, parang talagang as in hindi, walang paalam, as in dito na lang
Yeah.
talaga. So meron bang what do you call that? Parang programs or like for instance sa mga mangingisda natin. Does the government have some sort of like a parang safety parang programs for our fisher folk, yung mga
naapektuhan
yung
ng
mga
situation na
maapektuhan ng
ito.
situation na to.
Yeah.
Para sa amin, una namin tinitignan, no, yung effect para sa mga tao dito, yung mga fisher folks, lalo na dito sa Zambales, particularly yung town ng Bao de Masinloc,
Yes.
ay yung kanilang livelihood. Kasi alam natin na since inoccupy ng China yung Scarborough Shoal, ay hindi na nga makalapit ang ating mga mangingisda ron. Subukan na lumapit, minsan dinadrive away sila using water cannons. So, naapektuhan ang kanilang livelihood, no? So, ito ang ina-address natin ngayon. And I think yung ating Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources ay mayroong mga programs na ina-extend sa mga ating mangingisda para tulungan naman sila sa kanilang livelihood.
Yes. Oo. Ikaw, Tom, meron
That's-
ka? Do you have like
That's what makes it hard or difficult di ba?
Oo.
Pagka nag-file ka or nag-complain ka, ini-ignore. Pero pag nakita mo naman in the news na papansin mo, pag humaharap naman ng China, like may mga talks about this issue, ang sagot nila maririnig mo we are cooperating. Handa kaming makikooperate sa mga bagay para ma-solve tong problema na to. Yun ang sinasabi nila Parang
Yes,
ang
oo.
hirap no?
Saying
Ang hirap.
something but doing another
doing
thing.
something else.
Oo.
And an additional question, umuusok yung cellphone ko sa
sige.
ang daming nanggigigil sa issue na to ng mga
Oo
sambayan ng
nga,
Pilipino.
I can understand.
I'm glad that
Yes.
you guys are all, into this. It shows their patriotism most
Yes.
probably. Ito sabi niya, hanggang kailan po ito? Referring to siguro yung the paperworks, hanggang kailan naghihirap na ba sa paghanap ng spot ang China kaya gusto nilang pinipilit na kunin ang dapat sa Pilipinas? Ano pong masasabi niyo sa tanong na yun, sir?
Well, para sa amin, no, may reasons kung bakit ginagawa ng China ito.
Yeah,
sa
yeah.
tingin namin, sa analysis namin, siguro may dalawa, no? Security and economic.
Economic.
Yeah.
Well, security, kasi ito lang South China Sea ang karagatan no? Na
yes.
maharap sa China.
Sa China.
And historically, dito rin nagagaling yung mga foreign invaders. So, gusto nilang maging dominant, ma-secure itong part ng territory nila para to secure yung
Yeah.
sovereignty
But
nila.
sir, kasi
territorial
parang
nila.
it's just like a South China Sea. It doesn't mean that even if it's named China Sea,
Yeah.
hindi yun buo sa kanila.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, parang sinasabi mo yung Indian Ocean sa India lang.
Sa India,
Diba?
yeah. Definitely. Oo nga naman. And also, here's one. Sabi niya, nakakalungkot namang isipin na hindi natin maipagtanggol yung mga pag-aari natin na walang tulong sa ibang bansa. Ipagpasa Diyos na lang natin. Wala bang tulong, sir?
Hindi, meron
diba?
naman actually.
May mga nakikiano naman sa atin.
Yes.
What can you say, sir?
Oo, yeah. Nabanggit ko nga kanina, we are working with our friends and allies dito sa region to strengthen and enhance our defense capabilities. Kaya nga, may mga nagbibigay sa atin ng mga training, yung mga hardware talaga, no?
Yes.
Like vessels, aircraft. So we are purchasing new equipment, new aircraft para sa ating defense.
And I think the armed forces is also expanding their reach. Kagaya dito, I think the airport is being tapped as a base for our Air Force. Kaya ganun. So, sir, meron na yata tayong parang inaantay ng mga fighter jets.
Tama, no? Bumili tayo ng, I think, several jets from South Korea.
Yes, oo.
So
Kailan po kaya darating?
Hinihintay natin yung delivery.
Para makakita naman tayo ng fighter jets dito.
Pero sir, are we getting enough training sa pag-handle ng mga equipment na ito? Like recently kasi, 'di ba, yung new helicopters that we've
Yes,
had,
oo.
dalawa na kagad ang
Bumagsak.
which I think is
What
parang
happened?
human error sa tingin ko
Oo.
Dahil siguro they're not used to flying it. I don't know the full story, pero sa tingin ko lang, judging from what I saw
Oo.
sa mga nabasa ko rin, ganun. Are we, sir, getting enough
Training
and
for
are we
these
gonna
new
get enough training sa mga darating pa? Yeah.
Oo, especially yung mga joint exercises natin. For example, with the US, ang isang purpose nito ay yung interoperability, no?
Yeah.
Para kung ano man yung hardware, equipment na bibigay sa atin o bibili natin, meron na tayong nagamit na natin previously through joint exercises. So, hindi na bago para sa ating mga tauhan na gamitin itong mga equipment.
Oh, yes. Okay. So, right now, sir, nag-aantay pa rin tayo hanggang ngayon ng response from China. So, pwede pa malaman natin kung ano naman na magagawa ng isang ordinary citizen dito sa issue na to. Kasi I think a lot would say na ban all China products. Ganun ang yun ang kanilang parang magagawa, diba? So, I don't know, parang alam mo lang magawa ang isang ordinaryong citizen ng Pilipinas sa ganitong sitwasyon because this is, I don't know, parang unreachable for them. So how can the Filipinos help?
Actually, yun ang layunin namin, no, sa pag-ikot namin sa bansa natin. Unang-una, to inform our citizens. Maintindihan nila kung ano talaga yung mga issues involved. Then, yung second objective is to support, to get their support. So, importante na may suporta ng mamamayan yung mga policies and actions ng ating pamahalaan, especially with the subject matter as important and serious as this. So, bago namin i-file yung arbitration case, nagpa-survey kami, DFA, sa mga tao natin, sa mga mamamayan, asking them if they agree with the position that we should defend what is ours.
Yes.
And 9 out of 10 of the respondents agree. So, malaking tulong ito in making up our minds kung tama ba itong ginagawa naming approach. So, part nitong information campaign namin is to inform and at the same time get the people support.
Yes. Kumusta naman po yung kasi hindi ba China is also vying to be a tourism destinations for Filipinos. Marami pa rin ba pong pumupunta sa China?
Oo, no. Yeah. Isang aspect ito, no, ng ng relationship natin. Although meron tayong disagreement no dito sa territory sa West sa Philippine Sea, but merong agreement actually yung dalawang bansa. When President Aquino paid a state visit to China, he met with then Chinese President Hu Jintao, and they both agreed not to let this issue, itong territorial issue, affect the overall relations between the two countries. So, on the part of the Philippines, willing naman tayo to extract or isolate itong territorial issue and deal with it separately. But and at the same time, gusto nating i-strengthen and promote yung other areas of cooperation natin with China.
Yes.
Kasi ang China, close neighbor natin yan eh. We're very close historical ties and
Yes.
cultural ties with China. Hindi lang natin, hindi basta-basta pwedeng overlook yan eh. So, marami tayong other areas ng cooperation. For example, trade and investment. Doon nga nabanggit mo, tourism.
Yes.
No? Ngayon, China is our third largest source of tourists. So, malaking tulong yan sa ating economy. Trade and investment, I think China is one of top 3 trading partners of our country. So, buhay pa rin, no? We are still working on several areas of cooperation.
Yes, but I just heard this news. I think if I'm not mistaken, sir, there's this parang oil exploration na parang nag-back out yata ang parang Chinese proponent or whatever. Parang meron yata akong nabasang
Nag-back out.
Oo.
As far as I know, doon sa Reed Bank.
Yata, oo,
Sa Reed
yes,
Bank,
oo.
recently, nagpa-bid out tayo ng mga service contracts. And, well, of course, without question, Reed Bank is part of the Philippines, no?
Yes,
It's a part of our continental shelf. Although kiniklaim din ito ng China.
Oh my God. Lahat na lang kiniklaim. Oh.
So, since may presence tayo doon, nandun na yung mga ano natin. So, we bidded out the contracts. And I think, may mga may mga nagsabit na mga bids. So,
okay.
we'll be...
So, sir, how are we going to sort of like what do you call that? Parang maano natin yung economic activities in these areas kung nandun ang China.
Well, for oil and gas exploration, no, we are able to do this in areas very close to Palawan. Nandun yung Malampaya, which is offshore, no? But
Yes.
it's very close. And yung Reed Bank, which is also offshore, but very close to Palawan. But beyond that, I think wala naman tayong mga major economic activities other than yung mga fishing.
Yes. Oo.
Yes, fishing. And of course, the Philippines occupies about 7 or 8 features in the South China Sea, in the KIG that we are claiming.
Okay, sir.
Okay, here's another text. Sort of like a
Question.
reaction lang naman. Kaya natin yan, sabi niya. Iba yata ang Pilipino, hindi patatalo, sabi niya. Di ba recently in the Golan Heights, di ba? Yung
Yes,
story
yung
ng
mga
UN
ano natin, yung peacekeeper.
Iba talaga ang Pinoy. Hindi kung sumuko sila doon, it's like giving up on their life na rin eh. Kasi
Yes.
kung sumuko sila, the rebels can do whatever they want to
Oo
them.
nga naman. Oo.
Yeah, similar to that. Yeah.
Yes.
And ito naman, isa naman sabi niya, bakit po sila ng mga taga China parang malayang nakakaapak sa Pilipinas pag mga Pilipino hinuhuli nila. Siguro ibig niya sabihin yung mga
Yes,
like yung mga
oo.
fishermen na naliligaw
Yes,
doon.
oo.
Actually territory pa rin natin yun eh.
Yes. Oo.
Yun. It's because they have the naval might kasi kaya naging ganun siguro.
Pero I think, sir, like for instance, the one victory that we had was when we caught these Chinese poachers. Tapos may mga yung mga nakuha nilang mga turtles.
Yeah.
Na kaya lang patay na, halos lahat patay na.
Yeah.
Alam mo 'yun? It's so sad kasi ang nasasakripisyo dito yung natural resources natin.
Exactly.
Yes.
Na poachers talaga yung mga yan, ano?
Sir, any more you have added information about the issues in West Philippine Sea? Kasi alam nyo, sir, kailangan talaga medyo kumbaga at least magkaroon ng presence ang gobyerno dito, especially since nangyayari ito napakalapit sa Zambales. Kaya we really appreciate your presence so much, at least na alam niyo yun, na-explain ninyo kung ano ang sitwasyon at kung anong ginagawa ng Philippine government.
Yeah.
Pasalamat din po ako sa pagkakataon ito na maanyayahan niyo sa inyong radio program at makapagsalita sa makapag-reach sa mas maraming nakikinig ng
Yes,
ating mga
sir.
kababayan dito. Importante lang po maintindihan nila yung issue, and importante po rin po sa amin na makuha ang kanilang mga suporta.
Sir, would you parang palagay ang loob ng mga mamamayan dito sa Zambales na the government is doing everything para maging ligtas ang lugar na ito, considering what is happening very near our coastline.
Yes, ginagawa po lahat ng ating pamahalaan, lahat po na magagawa to ensure ang territorial integrity
Yes.
and sovereignty ng ating pong bansa. And to be more particular, siyempre yung mga mamamayan natin
Yes.
na maaari pong maapektuhan itong issue na to.
Sir, after this, saan po kayo pupunta? Doon naman sa ibang mga sa Palawan and where else po kayo pupunta?
Opo, inuna po namin Zambales, and next in line po ay ang Palawan naman po.
Yes. Uy, maganda doon. Nakapunta na ako.
So talagang Sir is doing like
Yes.
massive info campaign.
Yes, oo.
pinupuntahan niya talaga
Nagtutour
yung,
si Sir. Oo.
Kaisa nyo kami dyan, Sir, sa pagpapahatid ng mga balita coming from your office. And actually, parang feeling ko nga, isa tayo sa first line of defense kasi malapit tayo rito.
Malapit
diba?
tayo.
The radio station is one of your first line of defense. So if you suddenly hear the station go,
Ganun ba yun? Huwag naman. Ikaw naman.
yan.
Sir, thank you very much, sir, for giving us this opportunity na ma-interview po kayo dito at marinig coming from you yung information about West Philippine Sea at kung anong ginagawa po ng ating pamahalaan sa issue na ito.
Ako po dapat magpasalamat sa inyo at iniimbita niyo ako rito at binigyan ng pagkakataon na salita.
Yes, oo, salamat din kay Mayor Rolen. Tsaka ansan si Tone na
Our friends from the,
yes, our friends
PAO,
from the PAO
Public
and the
Affairs
Olongapo
Office.
City na government.
Alright.
Sir, thank you so much and sana umaulit-uli. Oo, kasi mukhang we might be seeing you more often, I think, I hope.
Alright.
Because of this continuing issue. Thank you so much, sir. And any final message, sir?
Ayun lang po, papasalan po ako sa lahat na nakikinig at binigyan niyo po akong pagkakataon magpaliwanag, and umaasa po kami sa inyong suporta sa aming pong mga policies and actions.
Yep.
Salamat po.
Thank you so
Definitely.
much. That was Assistant Secretary Charles Jose. Siya po ang spokesperson ng Department of Foreign Affairs. Thank you so much, sir. Nagkaroon pala siya kasi kanina ng special kapihan ng mamamayan on the West Philippine Sea na ginawa.
At the Olongapo City.
I think sa Olongapo
Municipal
City
Hall,
Convention
or-
Center
yeah.
kayo nagpunta, sir. Oo.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you again. May babatiin po ba kayo?
All
Sir,
right.
thank you once again.
Back to regular programming, and once again, Jeps and MJ for Bay Request Express.
What we gonna do right here is go back.
Step inside, walk this way, you and me, babe. Hey, hey. 2, 3, 4.
Way back. Back into time.
We are bringing them back.
My kind of music.
Check us out online where the music is 24/7.
Stream them online.
Stream them online.
Stream them on.